Just me.
But you said, oh, honey, you're so cute, you're so cute.
That's going above the bed right there.
Amidst the lingering sorrow of Anna Nicole Smith's untimely demise over a decade ago, a fresh wave of shock rippled through her fans with a startling disclosure from her partner, Larry Birkhead. Despite their unwedded status, they share a child, unveiling the tangled web of complexity woven into their relationship. Larry candidly acknowledges that Anna's untamed spirit contributes to the heightened unease between them, hinting at even more chilling revelations about her. Join us as we delve deeper into the haunting truths of Anna Nicole Smith in this video. You know, nothing would have happened without that first meeting of Anna Nicole Smith and Larry Birkhead. Anna Nicole Smith first encountered Larry Birkhead at the renowned Barnstable Brown Gala, an event held annually on the eve of the Kentucky Derby in Louisville, Kentucky. At that point in her life, Smith was the star of her own reality television show, The Anna Nicole Show, which captured her extravagant and often tumultuous lifestyle. Birkhead, a photographer by profession, caught Smith's eye almost immediately during the gala. As Birkhead recounted in a 2017 exclusive interview with ABC News 2020, Smith was overtly flirtatious, waving and blowing kisses at him across the room, clearly comfortable and adept at performing for the camera. Their paths crossed again soon after when Birkhead was hired to photograph Smith during her involvement with Camp Kindle. Camp Kindle is a summer camp dedicated to supporting children living with HIV and AIDS, a cause that Smith was passionately involved with. Her commitment to the camp and her interactions with the children were documented in her E-series, providing a glimpse into a more compassionate side of the often controversial celebrity. It was during the time at Camp Kindle that Smith and Birkhead's relationship began to blossom. The environment allowed them to spend significant time together, leading to a deepening connection and eventual romance. Despite the obvious chemistry and the rapid development of their relationship, Smith chose to keep their romance private. Birkhead explained in his 2020 interview that their relationship was intentionally kept out of the public eye. "No one ever knew one time that I was her boyfriend," he revealed. "The whole time we dated, if you look at all the video, I'm in the back carrying my camera bag. She didn't want me in the spotlight." Despite their passionate connection, they faced numerous challenges that often strained their bond. Birkhead, reflecting on their relationship in a 2020 interview with Fox News, described their time together as complex and eventful. "My relationship with her was actually 2 years plus, and we covered a lot of territory in that. There were a lot of ups and downs," he said, emphasizing the roller coaster nature of their romance. One particularly notable low point in their relationship occurred in 2005 when the couple decided to take a vacation together. Birkhead, discussing this episode while filming the Lifetime series Hopelessly in Love via 2Fab, recounted how what was supposed to be a relaxing getaway quickly turned sour. According to Birkhead, the trouble began when he spent time with a friend who bore a striking resemblance to Marilyn Monroe, a figure Smith idolized. This interaction seemed to trigger feelings of jealousy in Smith, who perceived the friend as a competition. "I think Anna just got jealous. Anna thought it was competition," Birkhead explained. The tension between them escalated when Birkhead discovered a photo on his camera of Smith giving the middle finger, a clear sign of her frustration. This incident led to a heated argument, culminating in their breakup. Although the fight was significant enough to temporarily end their relationship, their separation did not last long. From an outsider's perspective, it often appeared as though Anna Nicole Smith was involved in a complicated relationship with two men: her attorney, friend, and confidant, Howard K. Stern, and her boyfriend, Larry Birkhead. This unusual dynamic was particularly evident because Stern accompanied Smith and Birkhead almost everywhere they went. In the Lifetime series Hopelessly in Love, Birkhead opened up about the tension between him and Stern, as detailed by 2Fab. He explained that Stern didn't always accept the fact he was there, describing their relationship as one fraught with competition and petty conflicts. Birkhead likened their interactions to school kids competing to try to win the girl. The rivalry between Birkhead and Stern was palpable, with both men vying for Smith's attention and approval. When Birkhead would express his frustrations to Smith, she often defended Stern, telling Birkhead to "Shut up, that's my friend." This protective stance further complicated the dynamics, making Birkhead feel marginalized and undervalued in their relationship. Birkhead also claimed that Stern actively tried to manipulate public perceptions of their relationships. According to Birkhead, Stern did not want photos of Smith and Birkhead together to be seen by the paparazzi, preferring that the media capture images of him with Smith instead. This desire for public recognition and closeness to Smith fueled further conflict between the two men. Birkhead recounted telling Smith that he would not tolerate being sidelined, asserting, "I'm not going to be treated like this." Larry Birkhead had reached his breaking point with Anna Nicole Smith's allegedly controlling behavior. During his 2017 interview with ABC News 2020, he reflected on their tumultuous relationship, likening it to the chaotic and combative dynamic portrayed in the film The War of the Roses. "She wanted you there when she wanted you," Birkhead explained, underscoring the challenges he faced in maintaining autonomy within their relationship. Despite the emotional strain, a pivotal moment occurred when Birkhead threatened to leave Smith. In response, Smith revealed that she was pregnant. Birkhead recounted the poignant moment. She said, "If you go and pack, you're going to be feeling really stupid because..." And she took my hand and she put it on her stomach, and she said, "Because we're going to have a baby." This revelation marked a turning point for Birkhead, anchoring him to Smith amid their rocky relationship. This was not the first time Smith had become pregnant with Birkhead's child. The couple had endured the heartbreak of a miscarriage the previous year. Birkhead discussed this painful experience during an interview on CNN's Larry King Live. He shared, "It was unsuccessful about a year previous before Danny Lynn's birth, and she wasn't really on fertility drugs, but it's something that she always wanted, another child, and something that we always talked about." Birkhead elaborated on Smith's long-standing desire to have a baby girl. "She had a hope chest for years of wanting a little baby girl, and it was kind of her wish granted," he said. The pregnancy symbolized a new beginning for Smith, a deeply held dream finally coming true. The anticipation of welcoming their daughter, Danny Lynn, brought a renewed sense of purpose and hope to their often strained relationship. Larry Birkhead revealed that after just a few months of dating, Anna Nicole Smith asked him to marry her. Despite his feelings for her, Birkhead didn't believe they were ready to take such a significant step. He explained during his 2007 appearance on Larry King Live that he declined her proposal because he felt it would have been premature and for the wrong reasons. At that point, it would have been for the wrong reasons. Not knowing her and not really, I wanted to make sure it was for the right reasons, he said, emphasizing his desire for a more solid foundation before committing to marriage. However, as their relationship progressed and Smith became pregnant with their daughter, Danny Lynn, Birkhead decided to give her a ring. He clarified that this was not intended as a wedding ring, but as a token of his commitment to their future together. Reflecting on this gesture, he shared, "She wanted a 10-carat, and I was kind of downscaling it to a 4-carat, but she was on Tiffany's.com, and I was kind of going to, Walmart.com or something, something a little bit less money." This anecdote illustrated the differing expectations and realities they navigated in their relationship. Birkhead also expressed a poignant sense of what might have been if their relationship dynamics had been different. He believed that, had they managed to overcome their disagreements and establish a more stable relationship earlier on, they might have achieved a happier outcome together. Had we gotten past our disagreements earlier on, we could have gotten married and had more of a fairy tale ending than this tragic ending, he told King. This reflection underscored the deep affection he had for Smith and the lingering regret over how their story unfolded. Anna Nicole Smith and Larry Birkhead were overjoyed about the prospect of having their first child together. However, Birkhead's happiness was tempered by the need to keep Smith's pregnancy a secret due to her professional commitments. Smith was a spokesperson for a diet pill company and had ongoing negotiations with movie producers interested in casting her. Public knowledge of her pregnancy would have conflicted with her professional image, particularly as a diet pill spokesperson, where a pregnant figurehead was not desirable for marketing purposes. This secrecy created significant tension between the couple. During an appearance on Oprah, Where Are They Now? Via HuffPost, Birkhead recounted the strain this secrecy put on their relationship. She was a diet pill spokesperson, so the fact that she was pregnant was supposed to be a big secret because there's not that many markets for a pregnant diet pill spokesperson, he explained. This need for discretion added an extra layer of stress to an already complex relationship. The pressure culminated in another argument about 5 months into Smith's pregnancy. According to ABC News, this particular dispute proved to be a breaking point. In the aftermath of their fallout, Smith decided to leave California and relocate to the Bahamas. She moved into a house there with her attorney and confidant, Howard K. Stern, distancing herself from Birkhead. During this period of separation, Birkhead and Smith's relationship deteriorated further. Birkhead was left in the dark about the progress of Smith's pregnancy and the well-being of their unborn child. He described to Oprah Winfrey the desperate measures he took to stay informed, revealing, "I had to go onto Anna's website and pay a monthly subscription just to see how she was telling her fans how the baby was, and that's how I got my information." This lack of direct communication underscored the deep rift that had developed between them. However, on February 8, 2007, Anna Nicole Smith tragically passed away. At the time of her death, her daughter Danny-Lyn was only a few months old, and the circumstances surrounding her paternity were uncertain. Howard K. Stern, who was listed on Danny-Lyn's birth certificate, claimed to be her father. However, Larry Birkhead, who had been in a relationship with Smith, sought a paternity test to establish his biological connection to Danny-Lyn. The ensuing legal battle for paternity was closely followed by the media. After the DNA test results confirmed that Birkhead was indeed Danny-Lyn's biological father, he publicly addressed the press. According to the South Florida Sun-Sentinel, Birkhead declared, "I hate to be the one who told you this, but I told you so." His relief and joy were palpable as he continued, "My baby's going to be coming home pretty soon. It's been a long road, and I'm happy to have this behind me and to be able to start a life with my daughter." Despite the earlier tensions, Howard K. Stern was cooperative following the confirmation of Birkhead's paternity. In a statement to CNN, Stern expressed his intention to support Birkhead in securing custody of Danny-Lyn. "I am not going to fight Larry Birkhead on custody," Stern disclosed. "We're going to do what we can to make sure that the best interests of Danny-Lyn are carried out, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure he gets sole custody." True to his word, Stern did not contest Birkhead's custody claim. Birkhead was awarded sole custody of Danny-Lyn, allowing him to begin a new chapter with his daughter. Over the years, Birkhead has made concerted efforts to provide Danny-Lyn with a stable and loving environment, far removed from the public scrutiny that surrounded her early life. He has strived to give her the best life possible, focusing on her well-being and shielding her from the intense media spotlight that once followed her mother. There is a secret that Anna Nicole Smith always wants to hide. Her joy at the birth of her daughter, Danny-Lyn, was tragically overshadowed by the sudden and devastating loss of her son, Daniel. Just 3 days after giving birth, Smith's world was shattered when Daniel, her 20-year-old son from her first marriage to Billy Smith, passed away from an accidental prescription drug overdose while lying next to her in her hospital bed. The heartbreaking incident was a profound blow to Smith, who was already emotionally vulnerable in the midst of postpartum recovery. Larry Birkhead, who had been in contact with Smith during this tumultuous time, revealed details of her emotional state during an interview with ABC News 2020. According to Birkhead, Smith was struggling deeply with grief and despair. She would have these conversations where she would start crying, he recounted, and she'd say something about Daniel, and she'd hang the phone up. The loss of her son, coupled with the stress of new motherhood and the uncertainty surrounding Danny-Lynn's paternity, took a heavy toll on Smith's mental and emotional well-being. Birkhead also described Smith's distressing behavior at Daniel's funeral, alleging that she attempted to climb into her son's casket. This heartbreaking display of grief underscored the magnitude of Smith's pain and the profound impact of Daniel's untimely death on her fragile state of mind. Birkhead's observations painted a picture of a mother consumed by anguish and struggling to cope with the immense loss of her son. Recognizing Smith's vulnerable state, Birkhead was deeply concerned about her ability to care for Danny-Lynn. He made concerted efforts to convince Smith to return to the United States from the Bahamas before giving birth, believing that she needed support and stability during such a challenging time. Speaking with Fox News, Birkhead shared his efforts, saying, "My goal at the time was to try to get her to come back to the U.S. from the Bahamas, and I had almost got her to that place of saying that she would do it." His concern for Smith's well-being and his determination to ensure the best possible outcome for Danny-Lynn underscored his commitment to both mother and child during this tragic period. Larry Birkhead's commitment to honesty and transparency with his daughter, Danny-Lynn Birkhead, about her mother's legacy has been unwavering. He believes in sharing both the positive and negative aspects of Anna Nicole Smith's life, ensuring that Danny-Lynn understands the complexities of her mother's story. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Birkhead emphasized the importance of visiting Smith's grave regularly and recounting stories about her to Danny-Lynn. "We go back all the time and we go to Anna Nicole's grave. We visit and I tell Danny-Lynn stories about her mom. I won't sugarcoat it. I say there are some things that your mom did, and I try to make her learn from it," he explained. Birkhead is acutely aware of the potential for misinformation and sensationalized narratives about Smith's life to influence Danny-Lynn's perception of her mother. He is determined to shield her from inaccurate portrayals of Smith, particularly those found online. "There is YouTube these days, and that stuff's out there, and my daughter likes to Google already, and I'm trying to keep her from it," Birkhead revealed. He recognizes the prevalence of misinformation on the internet and the impact it can have on a young child's understanding of their parents' legacy. Despite Smith's tumultuous past and the public scrutiny she faced, Birkhead remains steadfast in his belief that she was a great lady and a great mom. He acknowledges her flaws and wild moments, but chooses to focus on the positive aspects of her character and her role as a mother. Years after his wife's death, Larry Birkhead bravely revealed what he was thinking about his wife's unexpected passing. For Larry Birkhead, Smith's partner and father of her daughter Danny-Lynn, her untimely death was the culmination of a series of heartbreaking events that had unfolded in rapid succession. Birkhead reflected on the overwhelming emotional turmoil that Smith endured in the days leading up to her death. In an interview on The Wendy Williams Show in 2017, as reported by People magazine, Birkhead shared his belief that the intense emotional strain of experiencing the birth of their daughter, followed immediately by the death of her son, Daniel, just 3 days later, proved too much for Smith to bear. "You've got to think. My daughter was born on September 7, and on September 10, Daniel died. So you go from that extreme high and low, and how do you process that in your mind?" Birkhead questioned. While the official cause of death on Smith's death certificate was listed as an accidental overdose, Birkhead expressed his personal belief that she truly died of a broken heart. Recalling the day of Smith's death, Birkhead described his initial disbelief upon hearing the news. He did not receive a personal phone call informing him of her passing, but instead learned about it from the media. His immediate reaction was to question whether it was a PR stunt, highlighting the surreal nature of the situation and the shockwaves it sent through his world. Amidst the public image of Smith as a glamorous and often controversial figure, Birkhead offered a glimpse into the private woman he knew. He revealed a different side of Smith, one characterized by generosity, compassion, and a genuine love for children. Birkhead explained to the audience, "There were two different personalities. I came to know her at some events, away from the camera, with no makeup on, just hanging out with all the kids and giving money and time at charity events. Things that you don't hear people talk about when they talk about Anna." Through these intimate moments, away from the glare of the spotlight, Birkhead's relationship with Smith deepened, revealing a side of her that the public seldom saw. On February 8, 2022, Birkhead took to his Instagram page to share a poignant letter alongside a black and white photo of himself with Smith. In the emotional post, he reminisced about Smith's unique essence, describing her as truly one of a kind. He reflected on her heart, soul, and beauty, both inside and out, emphasizing that her love continued to resonate through their daughter, Lynn. Birkhead expressed gratitude to Smith's fans for their role in keeping her memory alive, concluding with a heartfelt declaration of love. "We love you, Anna Nicole." This public display of affection and remembrance underscored the deep bond that Birkhead shared with Smith and the lasting imprint she left on his life. Despite the passage of 15 years since her passing, Smith's presence remained palpable, her memory cherished and honored by those who knew and loved her. In a poignant 2020 special that aired in 2017, Birkhead offered viewers a rare glimpse into Smith's life through a storage unit filled with her belongings. As he sifted through her most memorable items, he reflected on the highs and lows of her life, emphasizing the joyful moments that often defined her. When we talk about Anna Nicole, there were a lot of happy moments for her. There were a lot of highs before there were a lot of lows, Birkhead observed. He portrayed Smith as a larger-than-life figure, characterized by her caring nature, generosity, and love for her family and fans. What do you think about the hidden secrets in Anna Nicole Smith and Larry Birkhead's relationship? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.